How's it going? Video recording day. Mama's got the red lipstick on. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just gonna wait a couple of seconds to let some people hop in. So last week we did a masterclass and I had you guys asking questions and we were going over a lot of info and we really focused on business modeling. Okay, now business modeling is a whole section in the Plan Achieve Success Academy. So if you're not in there yet, you should hop in. It's 35% off until Monday. So you should hop in there because we go way deep with it so that you can set up your business and really get to where you want to be. Income-wise, lifestyle, business, the whole shebang. But I wanted to hop in today because we were going to talk about how to introduce your business and how to really start networking. And it doesn't only have to be with your ideal clients. Now that's going to sound crazy to some of you guys. You don't have to network only with your ideal clients. Now, I tell you all the time to not talk about your business with everybody. Don't talk to everybody about your business. And what I mean is your career, your business, not like your life business, but that's a whole other subject. What I wanted to cover though is that you can tell everybody what you do, but you don't need to go into detail and start coaching people and expecting that everybody is going to need or want what you are offering. All right. You also don't want everybody as a client. You don't want everybody as a team member, but you can still tell everybody what you do. Does that make sense? So not everybody's an ideal client. Not everybody's an ideal team member. So don't talk to everybody about your business, but talk to everybody about what you do. Tell everybody what you do. Okay? Mary, what's up? Anna, how are you doing? So what the hell do I mean by that? Let's say you're at a networking event, okay? Let's say this, actually. Let's say you're at a barbecue or you're at something, the beach, you're at a birthday party. And, you know, that's just something that people ask. We've been so programmed, industrialized to ask people, so what do you do? What do you do? What's your job? You know, how do you make your money? And somewhere, Karina, oh my God. Oh, thank you. This plaid shirt is my new life. I feel like I can never take it off. I did, obviously, but I feel like I don't want to. And I'm recording videos today. Mary, Maureen, what's up, guys? So here's the deal. Having a date with Robert. What, Robert? Step aside, brother. Let me have a few minutes with Karina here. So you're at a barbecue, you're at a birthday party, you're somewhere, you're out and about, and you're meeting people. And you know, it gets really hard with online business. Not everybody is fully understanding online business. Now, it's a revolution. It's like it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I'm just stealing song lyrics all day, I feel like, and making them making it my copy. But you can tell people what you do without pitching to them or without assuming that they want or need what you've got, okay? And the thing about that is you want it to be simple. You don't want to confuse people. You don't want to make it your title or what you call your business so I'm going to say fluffy because that's the word that we use in my program all the time. You don't want it to be so fluffy that people don't understand. Now, I've had people argue with me, not like we got into a fight, but they rebutted, right, what I say by saying my ideal clients will understand what I'm talking about. If you are calling yourself a lot of people, I mean, with the liberties that we have to give ourselves a title with our online businesses, you can get really creative with it, and sometimes too creative with it. Because when it comes to time to network, or when it comes to the time to meet people and tell people what you do, it can be really confusing and it can actually do you a disservice. So if you give yourself a title, or if you have your elevator pitch ready for people who are your ideal client, for them to understand it, but nobody else does, you're really shortchanging yourself and limiting yourself on increasing your business potential and your reach, your virtual reach, with people who aren't your ideal client. I had lunch with a friend yesterday. He's not my ideal client. He's an entrepreneur. He's a forward thinker. He's all these things. By the end of our conversation together, or the end of our lunch, we both have several business opportunities for each other. But if I were to meet someone like Brad, who isn't my ideal client, and I were to say, oh, I'm a direct sales, online marketing, alchemist, guru, rainbows, unicorns, creator of cupcake coffee. Like, my ideal clients, I hope you guys wouldn't catch on to that. My ideal clients would be like, oh my God, she's into rainbows, she likes cupcakes, and something about marketing and copy. So ideal clients might be like, I'm so into that. But if I meet someone like Brad, Jim, Tim, Frank, Jennifer, Jessica at a party, and they're not my ideal client, they won't catch on to what I'm saying. Does that make sense, guys? So they won't be able to refer people who are into what you're doing. They won't be able to refer those people to you. If you walk up to somebody at a party and say this made up name that is so ideal client directed that nobody else will understand it, the conversation will end there. You'll get puppy head tilt, confused looks with a quick turnaround, and they'll be headed that way, right? Like, oh, cool. Some people might ask, what the fuck does that mean? And you'll be like, well, I help, and your elevator pitch, right? But to keep it simple, to be able to speak to everyday humans about what you do is so effing important. Because when meeting people who aren't your ideal client, you still want them to have a basic understanding of what you do so that they can refer people to you. And then you, upon being connected with these potential clients, will be able to evaluate whether or not they are an ideal fit for your business as a client, as a team member. Coffee and cupcakes. Yeah. Hey, Cheryl. So, having this really client-focused, ideal client-focused elevator pitch title, business title, job title is fun. You can get creative with it. You can throw it in your email signatures if you want, but it is really important to have a simple way to introduce what it is that you do to people who aren't your ideal clients, because in only ever speaking to your ideal clients, or whom you might assume is your ideal client, you could be missing a lot of networking opportunities, of referrals to your business, of your own growth and expansion. And not everybody is completely open and out there about what they're into, what interests them, and what they're working towards in their life. So you might have people in your direct network that are interested in what you're doing, but you might not know that that they are your ideal client. And so you might not ever bring things up with them because you assume, right? So this is another exercise that I used. And it really, this is when I started speaking about this more, was just in January when I went to LA and I had to go through customs because I'm in Canada. So I was flying to the US and I had to go through customs, and dude asked me, like, is this for business or pleasure? And I was going to speak at an event with a magazine. So I was like, well, I straight up wouldn't have been going to LA if it wasn't for business. So I said, a little bit of both. And he was like, oh, well, what do you do for business? You don't want to make it weird. Inspiring others to live a creative life. That's a tagline, right? That's not how you would speak to somebody about what you do. So, so it's like you don't want it to be weird and fluffy with the guy who can slap on a glove and cavity search, right? You want to make it straightforward. So you want to get a handle on how you're going to introduce to people what it is that you do. End of story. Your ideal clients will resonate with your copy, your branding, your messaging. But as a business introduction and a title, that should be pretty straightforward. So that is a tagline, Maureen. Yeah, but you're not going to shake my hand and say, hi, I'm Maureen, and I inspire others to live a creative life. The tagline that's actually still joined up to my website is time is a luxury that you can't live without. And I'm not going to shake someone's hand and say, hi, I'm Leslie. Time is a luxury you can't live without. But, I do online marketing. I run online courses. I run online courses for entrepreneurs. Something simple. I do that. You don't have to do that. That's what I do. But I say that to people and they get it. I said that to my friend yesterday. We've been friends for 30 years. And I said that to him yesterday, and he was like, oh, so is that all you do? He really noticed when I was sharing about my retreat that I hosted at my house in May. And so he was like, so is that, like, are you in an MLM? And I'm like, I'm a consumer of the MLMs right now. I have so many clients that are in network marketing companies that I don't actually promote any network marketing companies right now. And I just run online courses for people who are running businesses online. That's what I do. And he was like, oh my God. And he was telling me about his friend Jamie, and he was telling me about, his ex-wife and different people who could use what I'm doing. But when you get too fluffy and weird with it, the average person wouldn't be able to refer 2 or 3 clients and starts, sending people your way when they're just deer in headlights, confused about what your funny fluffy title is. So think about that, guys. Woo, woo, woo. All of a sudden a bunch of comments just showed up. I finally grew up enough to tell someone I'm a dog groomer with pretty awesome products too. Perfect. I help people create healthy meals in 20 minutes or less. Online marketer, food and products that go. Yeah. I'm an online marketer. I represent these food products. I help people, not even help people. I show people products or packages that can help them get meals on the table fucking fast. Let's see. Sometimes I go through in the B&B too, depending on who I talk to. Yeah. I think you should. I'm an artist and I teach arts and creativity workshops. Yes. Yes. That's what you say. That's what you say. You break it down so that people can make sense of it, so that anybody can make sense of it, right? Still struggling with exact wording. Mary, you can easily say, I'm a nurse, and I help people online learn how to eat healthy to avoid the ailments or the illnesses that I've helped so many families go through or struggle with. Right? So I'm a nurse and I help people online avoid all the illnesses avoid or be proactive or whatever. I teach people online, or I show people online how to avoid the illnesses that I've seen so many families struggle with. That is how you would introduce your business to someone. So you don't have to feel icky or weird. You don't have to sell people anything. You're just introducing yourself. I was in a group. If anybody else wants to work through this right now, just throw your comments up. Just throw them up here and we can talk about it. I was in a group. I'm still in the group, but somebody put a post up and I put the fucking post up. It was my post. And somebody commented on it, and it was about bragging, because one of the girls in my program, like, what did she doubled the size of her team? No, I was bragging about Cheryl, who, yes, like top recruiter in the national team for her business, like in the top three recruiting. And so I was like, I'm bragging about this again. Like, I've just been bragging. But I was bragging about this again in this one group, and because Cheryl's in the group too. And this chick commented, and she's like, oh, I'm bragging that I made a decision to join this company, and here's the link if you want to join it too. And it's like, I was like, you want me to join your company? Are you just sales pitching on this post? Not everything is an opportunity to sell somebody something. Not everything is an opportunity for you to throw your link at it. And not every person that you interact with has to be your ideal client. You can have other friends, you can have other conversations, and you can still be proud and tell people about your business without it being a sales pitch or an elevator pitch. It can just be what you do. Simply, easily, what you do. The end. It doesn't have to be. You saw that too, right? I'm like, you want me to check out your website? I knew what she was doing. It was just so tacky, so tacky. Anyway, I was nice. I was nice about it. And I haven't brought it up or made fun of it until this very moment. So just practice that, guys, because we get so caught up in this, sell me on your product in 5 words. Sell me on your services in 3 seconds. Tell me what you do, or tell me what you do and why I want to buy it in 3 seconds or less, or I'm not buying. You're also allowed to be a fucking human being, and you're allowed to tell people what you do. Yes, Mary, that's it. Copy that shit down, write it down, get comfortable with it, sleep with it at night, cuddle with it in the morning. That's what you do. I'm a nurse, and I teach people online how to prevent disease by eating healthier. And the skies opened up and the angels came down and they gave you a fucking hug. That's what you do. That's it. You can tell that. You can tell people that on this cruise that you're going on. You can tell people that at a barbecue. You can tell people that at a birthday. And they're not going to feel like you're trying to sell them stuff. Right? For me, not just online, but in person as well. So it's hard to narrow it down to a one-liner that's not a tagline. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be I teach people online, and it doesn't have to be I teach online courses. It can be I run programs. It can be I show people. It can be any of those things, and it doesn't need to be a one-liner, and it doesn't need to be a tagline. It's just what you do. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to rehearse it and have it in a certain way is because when you do that, you're comfortable with it. It's like telling people your first name, for God's sake, even though sometimes that slips my mind. But if people are like, Hey, I'm Jimmy. You'll be like, hey, I'm Leslie. Good to meet you. What do you do? I teach online courses. Easy peasy. That's what you say. That's what you are. That's what you do. If you're hired as like my last job, I was project manager for IOL. I was I was contracted. I had my own company, but I was contracted to Imperial Oil. So, hey, I'm a project manager contracted to Imperial Oil. That's how I introduced myself at meetings. That's how I talked to other subcontractors that I managed. That's just how it went, right? Uh, my job before that, I was sales and marketing manager for a company called Greenhawk. So it's like, hey, I'm Leslie. Hey, Leslie, what do you do? I'm sales and marketing manager. The end. I work in sales. I work in marketing. Just make it simple, make it easy, and get comfortable with it so that it doesn't have to be a fluffy sales pitch. It's just an introduction. Okay. Um, that's it. So Cheryl's saying, is it just online? If it's not just online, then just say, I teach people how to prevent disease by eating healthier. I teach courses, I teach programs, I teach classes, whatever it might be. I teach people how to prevent disease by eating healthier. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So if you guys want to work through this, I'm going to head out. But if you guys want to work through it, just post in the group. We can work through it. If you want to pick my brain, if you want to have a call, or even if you want to jump into the Success Academy, because we go through all this on the Success Academy, and you have the opportunity for live Q&A and to have Zoom calls with me to work through this kind of stuff for your business in particular. So let me know, because registration is open for that course now. And you get a whole plan, like getting comfortable, getting to know your compensation plan, how you're going to make certain income, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the opportunity is out there, guys. If you want to work through this and get more detail, get more comfortable, so you can start scaling your business and get to where you want to be, let me know. Comment here, post in the group, shoot me a message, whatever you want, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.